Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Madison Dane County Regional Airport update. Today we have a very exciting one here, a special aircraft in here, and also some new news for the airport, which I guess I'll share right now. And that is that Madison Dane County has opened their new terminal expansion. They've added 3 new gates, so there are now 16 gates here. And I would have included that in this airport update, but unfortunately, there are no satellite images or images from the outside of the expansion, so I don't really know what it looks like. If anyone does have a source where I can find any like overhead or satellite images or pretty much just anything from the outside of the terminal that they could send to me to give me an idea of what I can do for that, please do, as I would like to add that. But at the moment, I don't really know what to add. But I would definitely like to make the new terminal expansion here. But 3 new gates. Looks like American has just taken over and they've kind of just slided down. So I guess we'll see if like Frontier or Sun Country takes over the gates that they used to be in, or Delta takes over, maybe United, but United would be on the other side, so that wouldn't really make sense. But yeah, that's very fun news here. So yeah, that very interesting. But yeah, like I said, I can't really incorporate that until I can get some images of what that would look like, so I can add that in a future update. But I do plan on adding that at some point, and that is what I hope to do. But until I can get a reference image, then it's just going to be the regular 13 gate setup, which I currently have. But we'll begin right here. We have this United A319, which is currently taxiing in. It just arrived in from Chicago O'Hare, and it will be heading back out to Chicago on the turn later today. And here we have the gorgeous United 737-800. This one came in from Denver, and predictably it will be once again on the turn back out to Denver. And now we move on to our pair of Delta Connection aircraft. We'll begin in the back. There we have the E170, or this is the E175, but I mean it doesn't have the enhancement on it, so it looks like an E170, which is the actual aircraft that flew this one, operated by Republic. This route is normally just on E170s, and not like it doesn't flip-flop between E170s and E175. It is just on the E170s, which is very interesting. And this is also a very interesting route in general, as you wouldn't expect Delta to do this, but this is our once daily service to Washington Dulles on the Delta Connection E170, operated by Republic. I wouldn't expect that because I don't really associate or Washington Reagan National. Did I say Dulles before? I think I said Dulles. Reagan National. If I don't really associate Delta with Washington Reagan National. I associate that one with American. I mean, I know Delta does have a decent presence there, but I would expect American to serve that, which they do actually. They do have a once daily service as well. But I do believe there is enough demand to have 2 services daily to Washington, D.C., and United doesn't do one to Dulles, so that left the door wide open for Delta to take that one up, and here it is. So this is the first time including it in an airport update, as I have the appropriate model to do so with this E170/E175 right here, the custom one. And I also have my Herpa old livery one, but this is more realistic, I guess, to what the current livery is, of course. So yeah, this will work right here perfectly, and it is operating the service to Washington Reagan National. Next to that one, we have the Delta Connection CRJ900. This one is pushing back, operated by Endeavor Air. Will be pushing back from Minneapolis-St. Paul, and also arrived in from there. And then right here we have the Delta 717. This one came in from Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson, just pulled into its gate, and it will be heading back out there later on another turnaround. And right here we have the Sun Country 737-800. This is with the 40 years of flight sticker and with split scimitars. The actual aircraft was just with blended winglets. This one came in from Orlando, and it is currently taxiing out for the service out to Minneapolis-St. Paul. I believe that is probably a repo or a charter, but I'm guessing it's a repo since it's going back to the base. And the flight number for that one is SY9000. So I don't think that's any regularly scheduled service here. And I mean, Sun Country doesn't operate that to Minneapolis to Madison. Delta already does that, and there's enough demand with Delta. So Sun Country, this is probably just a repo for them, so that's very interesting. That's when setting out to Minneapolis, St. Paul. And on to the American Airlines gates. Now, of course, with the expansion, all these are kind of moved down, so just picture these kind of moved down a little bit. But of course, I don't really know what the new terminal extension looks like, so that is why I'm desperately hoping for some new images, of course, of what this now looks like, so I can update this terminal. But until then, this is what we're going to be rocking here. So back there we have the A319. This one came in from Phoenix Sky Harbor. It'll be heading out to Dallas Fort Worth, both of those coincidentally Red River Aviation's airports. Then here we have the American Eagle E145 offered by Piedmont. This is one of Piedmont's last E145 routes, and this one came in from Philadelphia, and it's on the turn back out there. In our final two American planes here, we have the CRJ-200 on the bottom of your screen, operated by Air Wisconsin, fittingly, because we're in Wisconsin. This one came in from Chicago O'Hare, and it will be on the turn back out there. And then behind that one, we have the A320, and this one came in from Charlotte Douglas, and it will be heading back out there. Yet another turnaround for this American A320. Still have one more aircraft, though, that is not it for this update, and a very special one indeed. And here's our final aircraft. It is the Eastern 767-300. The actual aircraft was a 767-200, actually, which is very cool to see. But this is the 767-300. That's one of the last 767-200s that is still flying. The actual one that flew here came in on a charter, of course. I would assume a military charter, because that's normally what these Eastern planes operate pretty much all the time. Came in from Reno, Tahoe. That's another one of Red River Aviation's airports, which is very interesting. So maybe the next Reno update, Connor, maybe Eastern. I don't even know if he has an Eastern plane, but if he did, that'd be really cool. But yeah, this is a very interesting service right here. Definitely did not expect to see this at Madison, but it is very welcomed here. I love using this model, even though this is in the inaccurate livery. It is in their fingerprint livery, the actual aircraft. But this is still very cool to see Eastern in here, as they are a very niche airline, but good to see that they're still trying to be relevant here, at least with the government. And so this is, once again, their military charter, from what I assume, because that seems to be pretty much all they do these days. But love to see them in here. I've included this aircraft more than I thought I would at different airports here. It's now been at Madison, Riga, and Providence, and maybe other ones too. I don't remember, but definitely those three. It's also been at Guam. So 4 of my airports it's been to, which is pretty impressive for this guy. So yeah, this one, no information on where I'll be heading out to yet, but it's just sitting here. It's minding its own business here, I guess. But yeah, really cool. Love this model, by the way. This is a very nice JC Wings model right here. And love using it. But yeah, that'll do it for this update here of the Madison-Dane County Regional Airport. Hope you all enjoyed this one, and I will see you tomorrow. As always, good night. Auf Wiedersehen.